Hello everyone, this is Jimmy and welcome to episode 2 of All the Mods 3 Expert Mode. Before we really dive into the meat of today's episode, let's start by making us a satchel. We'll only have the basic one for now, so it won't hold much stuff, but having the hardened satchel. Oh, we get to start off at hardened. Nice. So this should be 2 rows? Yeah. So it's just a little bit of room to store items in that we typically stuff that we'll usually want to carry some around, but we don't want it to take up precious inventory space. So that includes stuff like ladders and a repair kit. Cool. And we get a void satchel. Unfortunately, you can't put a void satchel in a regular satchel, which is a shame. I wonder, do we have dev nulls? All right, that largely replaces the void satchel in my mind. Anyways, the first thing I wanted, well, I guess not the first thing, we've already done the first thing. The next thing I want to do is make the porcelain alloy tank. This will allow us to use a couple of these porcelain melters to make alloys. And the key what we need to make is grout. The liquid grout is made by alloying vitrified sand with clay. Because we can't craft the item form grout. So let's see what this takes. Just a bunch more porcelain by the looks of things. Doesn't look too bad. To use the porcelain alloy tank, you need to have fluid 1 in this melter, fluid 2 in this melter. So in the case of making grout, let's see, we need clay and vitrified sand. So I would start melting it, except for the fact that I'm out of coal. Coal can be mined, but for now, let's actually switch over to using charcoal. Charcoal is made through, at least for now, in forestry piles. So what we do is we make a wood pile or a bunch of wood piles, cover them in one of these bricks. For now, that probably has to be something on this page. Probably gravel, or I guess dirt's better than gravel. We'll start with dirt. We can make a better charcoal pile later with like endstone or something, but cover it with dirt, light it on fire, and let it burn into charcoal. So step 1, I have to chop some more trees. So having collected a fair amount of wood, I realized I don't actually know how to light the charcoal pile on fire. The normal way, a flint and steel, is now a refined iron ingot, which is flint, and a carbon plate. So that's not happening, at least until we get into IC2. So unless other like, those like sticks you rub together to start fires. None of these look like they're the fire starters. Can we make a clay bucket? Not without we can't fire a clay bucket without a furnace, and we can't make a furnace without seared bricks. And yeah, normal bucket's not happening. Aha, got it. A fire charge can be made with sticks and wheat, so I just have to grow a little bit of wheat. So let's actually start that right now, because, well, I have bone meal, I guess, but I should have seeds here somewhere, and I can plant this tiny little farm. I wonder, can I make these yet? Yeah, they're just made from any sticks. All right, I guess I'll start the world's tiniest little farm. For now, I'll just plant it here, right by our base. This is obviously very temporary, but it'll suffice for the time being. And I won't even bother leveling the seeds up, because leveling up seeds without acceleration takes forever. These actually go remarkably quickly. They're already, well, maybe not. Maybe just some of them received lucky growth ticks. One of them received lucky growth ticks. All right. Anyways, whatever. I don't need a lot of it. While I wait for that to grow, let's set up the rest of the charcoal pile. The charcoal pit is awesome, not only because it is our only way of making charcoal right now, but because we get a very good yield. for, let's see, since we're using dirt, we get 11. For each wood pile, which is 4 pieces of wood, we get 11 charcoal. And I don't think that's affected by fortune or anything. But, I mean, to get 11 per 4, that's almost 4 pieces of charcoal per wood. No, almost 3. Right? Because, yeah, if it's 12, we would, if we get 12, it's a flat 3. So it's just under 3 pieces of charcoal per wood, which is much better than, you know, the vanilla way of just cooking it in a furnace. So I need to leave 1 piece of this on me, and I need to check up on my wheat. Looks like some of it's fully grown, which is good. I only need 1 piece for now. Nowhere to plant this. Whoops. Alright. All you have to do is light it, cover the fire with dirt, and when you see these like black smoke particles coming from your entire charcoal pit, you know it's running. So right now this block is burning, and pretty soon we should get particles. There we go. As it spreads, we get more particles coming from the entire thing. When the burning is done, you no longer see these particles, and you can dig it out. It'll take it a little bit of time, so I should have started this sooner. But I guess for now I'll just go mining for a little bit of coal, and then afterwards, actually, you know what? Instead of mining for coal, I'm gonna go chop more trees, just so that I can start up a second charcoal pit when that one's done. Ooh, an ender lily. Nice. For now, I'll just plant the ender lily on... apparently it can't be planted on farmland? Oh, just on dirt. Alright. When planted on dirt, it takes like many hours to grow. So we'll just leave it there and let it do its thing. In fact, I think even when planted on stone, it takes many hours to grow. But let's see. It sounds like this is still burning, so let's figure something out to do to kill more time. But the next step is to make grout and seared stone. Since I had some time to kill, I went ahead and organized a little bit. So we now have chests that are approximately sorted by function. This chest I call the working chest because it's the one that can be accessed from our crafting station. And I'm sure we'll end up with way more chests in this. I wanted to swap over to crates, but either the recipes are gated by age or they're just disabled. But for what it's worth, I don't see their crafting recipes right now, so that's a shame. I wonder, are there other better super chests? Like iron? Yeah, there's iron chests. So I guess we can, once we get access to metals and stuff, we can use those chests. What are these? Oh, I guess these are just spawn loot tables? Whatever. After what feels like 20 minutes, it probably wasn't actually 20 whole minutes, but our pile here, our charcoal pile, is done. So when you dig into it, there you go. Ooh, we got 16 from 1. We got 16 again. So we definitely are getting more than this number states, right? Because I surrounded it with dirt. I was expecting 11, but all right. Anyways, I'm gonna have to dig it all out, and in fact, I'm gonna make it 1 layer deeper for the next run so that I can more easily, swap in and out the next batch. Anyways, this is a lot of charcoal off of 27 piles, wood piles. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7 stacks of charcoal. That's pretty good. And I think actually now that I have ash, combine ash with bricks to make ash bricks, and this gets increased yield. But I think I need a bit more ash than that. Anyways, I'm going to start up a second pile. I might have to gather a little bit more wood actually, but that way I'll just be sure not to run out of charcoal anytime soon. I also started the world's smallest manual birch farm here. When manually farming trees, I prefer birch over oak because birch doesn't grow the terrible, awful, like crooked tall trees. Every birch tree is like 6 or 7 blocks tall. You can get the entire thing standing on the ground. and it's convenient. I'd happily grow oak trees if I knew how to make them grow like this, into these short but very fat at the bottom trees. That way you never have to worry about the getting the very tall tree, and you get a lot of wood out of each of these, like 20-ish, I think, which is much better than the 5 to 7 you get out of a birch tree. But alas. Once again, light it and cover it. All right, so let's see, I'll leave, well, nothing to leave here. This will take, again, quite a while to turn into charcoal, but now we have plenty of charcoal to use for making grout. All right, so we'll swap that over to big pieces of charcoal. Grout was vitrified sand and clay. How much clay do I get for? All right, so it's not, I think it's 1 compressed sand per 9 pieces of clay. Nice thing about food in this mod, or in this pack, the more different types of food you eat, the more hearts you get. It seems to be about every maybe 10-ish unique types of food gives you another heart. So I've eaten somewhere around 20 unique types of food, and I have 4 extra hearts. I think, was it Sevtech or... I don't know. I've definitely played other packs that use that mechanic. There's no like nutrition or spice of life, but so yeah, there are upsides to eating a variety of food, but no downsides to not doing so. Besides, not getting the upsides. Anyways, I'm going to need to gather a bit more sand. Unfortunately, these melters can only melt 3 items at a time, so I'm hoping that they can be we can automatically pipe items in with these wooden hoppers. So let's see. In this one, we'll put clay. In this one, we'll put compressed sand. And I suspect what should happen anyways is that when it melts, each individual fluid will stay in their own melter, but the alloy will come into the porcelain tank. And then let's reuse this little bit, and we can use that to pour into the casting basin, which should produce seared stone. And it wants us to make 8 of it, presumably for a furnace. All right. So I'm going to sleep the night away, and I expect melting all this stuff will once again take a little bit of time, unfortunately. No wands of acceleration for me this pack. I've never actually used the porcelain or the alloying system of this Tinker's Complement before, so I hope it works as I expect. These 2 tanks, or these 2 melters, are definitely filled with their appropriate fluid, but they're not alloying by the looks of things. Right? Yeah. Let's read the quest. To make the alloy tank work, you need a heater underneath. Ah, that's what I'm missing. Okay. I need 1 more porcelain heater. Alright, let's try that one more time. So 1 more heater, presumably it needs fuel. Oh, that was quick. Alright, so then that very quickly fills up, and then can I not cast grout into casting basin? Grout, fluid grout needs to be cast over gravel. Is there any other way to do it? Nope. Alright, I guess I need to put a bunch of gravel in there too. So with gravel, it should be put gravel in there, that'll pipe it in there. Pour this, and then when it's done casting, it should put the output in here. Unfortunately, I don't have any form of timer yet because these all take, at the very least, they take some redstone. So I don't think there's any form of automatable timer I can do yet. So I just have to right click this faucet every few seconds. But hey, seared stone. Alright, our first 8 pieces of seared stone. None of these quests have rewards. It's a little disappointing. Then again, when quests have rewards, it's also disappointing, so maybe that doesn't matter. But our first furnace. Alright, now we get to actually cook things. Nice. So, I guess I've already turned all my raw meat into into jerky, so I don't really, I can turn clay into bricks, which I'm sure I'll need soon enough. All right, so next up we have to make a entire smeltery. This is for a minimum size smeltery, so I'll probably just get a lot more seared stone than this. Ooh, we need tin. Where do I get tin from? I probably just have to mine it. All right, I think I saw actually a little bit of tin right here. Aha, tin ore. Looks like that's all we're gonna get out of this. Whatever this thing was. This step is really obnoxious. I have to sit here and turn the, hit the faucet every few seconds. And it's like just long enough apart that, I mean, it takes what, maybe 10 seconds for a complete cycle? That, like, it's not enough time to do anything else, but it is long enough that you don't want to just sit here waiting for it. But what else can you do? Can't wait till I can have a clock tick this. Well, we'll have to take it one step at a time. Controller. I have to pour grout over a faucet. Interesting. All right. As far as I know, there's no functional difference between a seared faucet and a porcelain faucet, but I mean, the quest called for it, so I have to make it. No, I lied. There is a difference. The seared faucet, when supplied with a redstone signal, it'll actually start pouring by itself, I think. So yeah, that now this is. I don't need a timer for the seared faucet. It just runs, which addresses one of my earlier complaints about needing to do all the work automatic or all the work manually. I no longer need to do everything manually. Anyways, all that's left is to cast the grout over a few more components, and we should have all these smeltery bits pretty soon. The last piece is done. That should complete the quest. Nice. Sometimes it doesn't start pouring on its own. I'm not quite sure why that happens. Whatever. We should have, with 15 seared stone ore, can I turn it into, and not without a chisel, huh? That takes an iron ingot. Oh well. I like the look of seared brick more, but can't have everything. This should be able to make a minimum or a 3x3 smeltery. So let's just put it here. And let's see, we'll oh, I might be a couple seared bricks short by the looks of, or seared stone short. Let's put output on this side. So basin table. I need one more drain too, don't I? Shoot. Alright. One more drain coming right up, and a few more stones. Yeah, like here it doesn't automatically start pouring. But if I leave it alone long enough, it will. So I'm just gonna leave good enough alone and let it figure out its own thing. There, you heard it. It just started. Right? No, it didn't. I don't know. Whatever. Man, these seared stone look so ugly compared to seared bricks. Of course, it's perhaps a little rich that I'm complaining about ugliness. So, yeah. Anyways, controller and tank. Before I put the tank down, and yet I need some lava, don't I? Yeah, let's go get some lava. Fortunately, I appear to be out of clay, so once again to the riverbed, I guess. Using this longsword makes travel slightly faster, although maybe I should also, I wonder, slime. Does this have the normal recipe? No, it does not. Alright, well, so much for that plan. I was gonna go raid a slime island for it if it would have helped, but it doesn't look like that would make a big difference right now. Alright, well anyways, I'm gonna run up this river a little bit to find some clay. So I need this clay, which I got, what, 3-ish stacks of, to make buckets. For now, just unfired buckets and cook them in the furnace, I think. And then these can pick up lava. Well, they can pick up water or they can pick up any fluid. But if you use them to pick up a hot fluid such as lava, they're single use. So let's go. I think there's a lava puddle. Yeah, pretty close. Actually, where's our base? Base is here. Where's the closest one? Probably here. So once these are done cooking, I'll go grab some lava. Lava generator right next to water. Almost a natural cobblestone generator. But alas. Anyways, let's grab 8 buckets. And we'll put 4 of them into the tank. And we're going to head back. Thankfully, this is a very close lava puddle, so we shouldn't need to worry about running out of lava anytime soon. Alrighty. And our smeltery is in business. Nice. So I guess anything remaining I can... looks like there's nothing remaining. Never mind. I was about to say I can move all remaining work over to the smeltery, but... once I'm done pouring all this grout out of this system, I'll probably never use it again. We are done with age 0, or tier 0. I guess it's the introductory tier, but... Alright, so your first tier, we can get iron, copper, tin, and nickel. Why don't you find some ingots? Keep in mind the smeltery does not ore double, and if you you have to use lava as the heater is not hot enough. Alright, cool. So I guess I have to go mining for some ores. Here's some of that tin that generated on the cliff face from earlier. It looks like we can harvest it now. Actually, that brings me to one thing. Can we make this yet? No, manually. Darn. Because if I can get some iron, I can get slime balls by raiding a slime island. But I cannot get manually. Oh well. It's almost nighttime. I should go sleep before I head out. So based on one of the introductory quests here, let's say that ores generally generate on exposed stone. I'm going to try to focus more on caving than regular strip mining. So there's this convenient hole near our base. I think I'm going to head down it, see what we have here. Definitely has iron, and what is this? Is this quartz? Yep, nice. So we can get quartz without going to the nether. That's actually a pretty big deal. That means we can make like comparators and stuff. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna just do some caving, I guess. May as well get the Thaumcraft crystals while I'm here. And I hope I can get redstone, although I'm not sure if redstone is gated to, a little bit further in the pack. This is interesting. Normally when you see cobblestone, it means there's a spawner around, but I don't think that's what this is for. That's just regular cobble, because I don't see any mobs on the mini-map. I'm somewhat curious. This seems to lead back to the surface. Yeah, those are the stars up there. Maybe this is just like cork terrain generation, I guess? Weird. Alright. Well, turns out that may have been less interesting than I thought if there wasn't anything around. Yeah, this cobblestone is just like a layer thick and there's nothing under it. So, I guess that's that. Anyways, nope, there's a bit more of this cave I haven't explored. Aha, and my tools are starting to level up. I think they're all at comfortable tier now. Ah, there we go. So far I've gotten a bunch of copper, tin, and iron, but now this is the first bit of nickel I found. And in fact, it looks like my inventory is pretty full. But I think nickel is the 4th thing I need for the quest. So yeah, nickel, tin, copper, and iron. So I may as well go until I break this pick or I run out of torches, whichever comes first. But yeah, I've actually got this is only 2 pieces of nickel, I think. I'm gonna need a bit more than that as well. Oh look, I've worked my way down to lead and silver now. And it looks like we do have the mining level to grab this. That's good. Don't quite have the inventory space. Let's throw out the arrows, I guess. And that means we're about to say that means we're pretty close to redstone, which we can get as well. Awesome. That makes me really happy. We need a bit more inventory space for that as well. Cool. I mean, now that I'm down here, I may as well go, I need a little bit of durability to dig back up with, but that's cinnabar. I can grab that as well. And that's a dead end. Gosh darn it. Alright, here are all the ores I got on that trip. So, lots of iron, even more iron. Only a little bit of nickel, unfortunately. I think I spent most of my time pretty close to the surface. So, only a single piece of dust. I think, or of lead, rather. I think next time I'll try to jump straight into like a crevasse or a ravine and, start much deeper. But now that we have this, we can start processing them into ingots. So I'm going to start by only processing the 4 ingots each that the quest requires, because I honestly don't know when we're going to unlock. Can I not do it in the furnace? Oh, I guess I have to do it in the smeltery. So that's annoying. Then I guess I have to do 9 because they don't ore double in the smeltery, and I don't actually know when we unlock ore doubling. Presumably sometime around here, maybe. This is a macerator, right? So yeah, we unlock ore doubling reasonably soon, so I don't want to process all of our ores into ingots. I'm actually going to process 1 block at a time for 2 reasons. Firstly, that's all our smeltery holds. And for the other reason, because it's easier to cast a block than it is individual ingots, especially when I don't have anything to make permanent casts with. Right, so this cast takes either gold, brass, or aluminum brass. And I don't, let's see, to make brass I need zinc, which I don't have. And to make aluminum brass I need aluminum, which I also don't have. I don't know if it just I got unlucky and didn't find it in the parts of the cave that I was digging in, or if they like spawn very low wild levels. I don't know. I mean, aluminum usually spawns pretty close to the surface, right? Aluminum ore, do we have anything that tells us what level they spawn on? Doesn't look like it. What about zinc? These just don't have recipes at all, apparently. Alright, whatever. Anyways, I'm going to slowly process these into blocks. Well, it looks like there isn't a like one-time use version of the ingot cast, unfortunately, which means that I actually can't turn this nickel into ingots yet. Oh wait, no, I can just smelt it. Why wouldn't it let me smelt some of the other ores? Let's try that again. Yeah, that does smelt. Alright, never mind then. Am I crazy? Can I smelt all the ores or? No, okay. I guess there are some ores that just can't be smelted in a furnace. Alright, anyways, I was about to say I had to go get at least 9 ingots of it, or 9 ores so I can make a block, but looks like this will do. Anyways, once that's done, that opens up a lot of stuff. Should figure out where I want to go. Alright, completed. That rewards is it a coin? A tier 1 coin. What do we do with these? We can burn them in numismatic dynamos. Is there like a... this is what it is for. Okay. So, a type of shop. Yada, yada, yada. Alright. So with a... sure. I think that just means that it's a work in progress. Ah, I see. So if I get 2 tier 1 coins, I can learn how to craft crates. And that's why crates didn't have recipes earlier. So I guess the only things we can do right now are the tier 1 stuff. So Yeah, I just have to wait to get enough coins. Okay, cool. Then I'll just set that aside for now. I figure I'll take a look at what future plans between episodes. For now, though, why don't we wrap this one up? I'm glad we were able to get a smeltery and start processing metals. Um, but yeah, we'll come back next time and continue down this rather uh, option-filled quest tree. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.